What is going on, everyone? Welcome into the Random Late Night Show. Hope everyone's doing well. Thought we'd just come live for a little bit. Why not? Plus, new sound system, so hopefully it's sounding pretty decent out there. Sam's getting used to it in his first attempt, so he has to wear headphones. So that's always fun. But how's everyone doing out there tonight? I know it's late. It's a Monday night again. Just figured why not. We were going to do this last night, but there were some other people doing stuff, so I didn't want to impose upon their streams also. You know, it's hard to adjust scheduling with so many people doing streams, so we always try to be nice. So tonight, primarily, we're going to talk about travel, upcoming stuff. Sam might not be here too long, kind of whenever he wants to bail out. But also, this is going to be kind of an open forum, so literally, if people want, I will drop the link. And if you want to come on live with us and talk about your travel, former trips, best destinations, upcoming stuff, whatever you have too, it's just open forum tonight. We don't have any set agenda, so to say. So by all means, good to see you in here too. There, traveling fools. We see you. We see what you're doing over here. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. How you doing tonight, Travel TF? I'm guessing pretty good. Just hanging out. And we got more of a normals. Joey in here. Always good to see Joey. Sorry. Damn. Twisted Rooster too. He's having a late night over there. Good to see you, Twisted. I know you were busy earlier doing your stream. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to drop the link. If people want to come in, by all means, you're more than welcome to, because again, this is just one of those nights. Just try something different, a little freestyle. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll say, though, if you don't know who the person is, I will ask for the camera. You don't have to have a camera on when you're in, but just to make sure it's no trolls. I don't need no, as we know, Edward. I don't want no Edward incidents is here in this show. So if anyone wants to, go ahead and join in. We can talk travel, destinations. I know we've got stuff coming up. You got to talk towards the mic. This is going fantastic. Yeah. Well, I mean, we've got, some day trips planned. We've got out of country coming up in a week. In 1 week, we'll be not here again. So it's always good times, but so lots of filming, hopefully. No, Twisted, no P-bombs. No P-bombs. We don't want no Edward stream stuff going on in this place. I am not trying to get a strike. I am not trying to get banned. I am not trying to get anything. I want YouTube to lay the hell off. Oh, of course. We've got one of our favorite creepers in here. Craven Moorhead. Craven Moorhead is here. I should just make him a mod just for fun. Where is he still being a little shit down there?
He's just chilling down there. So.
Okay. That's the kitten. He's passed out almost. So, but yeah, again, I dropped the link if anyone wants to jump in. Just bullshit for the night. We're good. We're down for that, because again, we have a bunch of stuff coming up, and still some stuff we want to plan, because like Twisted's in here. So Twisted Rooster, we still got to talk about that, because we're still potentially looking, obviously to go to Florida. So we need to see what we can set up with you potentially to do that whole like weekend trip, 2-3 day thing. If we're available, if you're available to. If not, that's fine. We'll figure it out. But if we can, we can. That'd be great. Oh, I don't know about this guy. This guy is the one who will get me banned from YouTube.
I'm here to P-bomb you.
No. Yeah, you're gonna get me banned from YouTube.
So tell me something. I am curious. You guys ever been to Thailand?
I myself no.
Yeah, I've never
Yeah.
been there.
I haven't had the opportunity to go yet. It's on our list. It's definitely on our check the box list eventually.
I know. I can't wait to get there. But I didn't know if you guys. Because I don't think I'd ever asked you that before.
Uh,
So, you guys ready for your Iowa trip?
Well, that's going to be the second thing, right? Because right now we're gonna go somewhere else first.
yeah, that's in July, mid-July, and yes. So I've already got the. Sam doesn't know about this. We've got the. Speaking of the Iowa trip, exactly. We've got Iowa because we're doing the overnight paranormal stay at the Scylla Murderax house, and on its way is the little teddy bear EMF detector, light up teddy bear, to try to draw in the children's spirits.
Oh, so you're going to get one?
Oh, it's on its way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's on its way. And you're staying the night, Joey.
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
No,
you're staying.
you bet is. You bet is. But Joey will not be staying there.
You're a little bitch.
Joey will be tucked away nicely in his hotel.
Joey, you know that place is nowhere near any hotels.
Well, I guess will drop me off on the way to at the hotel, and y'all can go on to the house.
Big baby.
I'll go explore the house. I'm not going to stay the night there. I mean, I'm not a fool. And somebody tells me, man, that ghost is mean in there. Don't go in that house. I'm going to say, okay.
Well, we have to piss the spirit off first. That's the point.
That's what I'm afraid of.
We'll see how it's-
But anyway, but no. So we're looking forward to it though. But yeah, like I say, you bet's going to stay over there, but not me. I had my share of a haunted house.
Well,
I could tell a long story about a house I lived in that was haunted, and it was pretty bad. I had photos and everything.
well, that's something else we're trying to still set up this whole during the summer too. Is quote unquote the paranormal hour, where we all can openly talk about those. I mean, we can do some of that tonight too. But I'm trying to connect with David Childers, who's already agreed to do the show with us at the end of summer, sometime in that frame. He's agreed to do the show with us live. And then I'm trying to get Nick Groff, the guy from one of the original members of Ghost Adventures, who's been doing his own stuff for years. I'm trying to get a hold of him to get him to also maybe come on the show if possible, to have like a little show talking about paranormal stuff, experiences, investigations, upcoming stuff, past experiences, equipment, all that type of stuff, and kind of be really informative, hopefully, but also to invite people to come in and talk about their experiences and kind of get their quote unquote professional kind of explanation, maybe.
Yeah.
But
Well, when you start that paranormal hour, I'll come in and tell my story.
yep, we did we lose Joey or did I lose the internet? No, I'm still going. I'm still going. I guess it was loading on my screen, so I don't know what happened. Like dropped out. Joey dropped out there. He'll be back. His West Virginia internet is always surprising to say the least. But again, if you guys want to, it doesn't have to be about paranormal. It can be about travel. Okay, whatever. This is a whole bullshit night. So, there's Joey. So I'll drop the StreamYard link again so anyone wants to. Looks like Joey is back now in the back room. And I just added him and he dropped out again. Joey, reset your internet. I need to text him and tell him to unplug his modem for a while. I thought it was ours, so I was like, uh-oh.
I think it was the kitty.
Yeah, I thought something came maybe on. All right. A third time.
All right, you got me now?
There we go, Joey. I was gonna say unplug your modem and
I
plug
don't
it back.
know. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, something's wrong.
And he's gone again. All right, this is going great tonight. This is what happens when you do impromptu shows and late night and West Virginia internet. He'll reset his modem. He'll be back in like 5 minutes or something. So yeah, the show's back up. So again, I dropped the link. Anyone wants to jump in and chat for a minute, that's all fine with us. Because again, yeah, we haven't. All right, we're gonna try a fourth time. If he drops out again,
I
I'm
don't.
banning.
I don't think. I don't think it's me or my internet. I think his StreamYard kicking me out.
Hmm. It's still
I was
working
gonna-
here, and so I'm like, okay.
Yeah. It was. I think the StreamYard just messing up. We had trouble earlier on a live stream with that.
Hmm.
The sitting a bug in StreamYard tonight. Anyway, but anyway, what I was saying is, I'd love to tell that story sometime. You know, whenever you guys start doing that, I'll come on and tell that story. It'll take me about an hour to do it.
Well, we'll have to have like a whole separate time for that. I mean, like I told Childers, I might be able to get to stay on for a couple hours if he's not doing anything. Groff, if I can get him on, I think he's going to set a limit probably for sure. Because I think he's doing a new show now.
He's always busy.
Yeah, he's
Well,
filming it.
I don't want to come on and tell it when either. I'm not saying that. I mean, if I could, this is pretty. You'll know why I don't want to go back into a place that's haunted. I just don't.
Well, you've
So-
told me bits and pieces, I think, of the story, and yeah, and I was like, we need to have a night where we do the whole thing.
Yeah,
It could be like a multi-part series type of thing. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be a one night thing. It's more on their end of their time because I don't want to take up their time. You know, they're volunteering to come on and just do it for fun on their free time. So
All right, man. I'll get out of here. Let somebody else come in. Somebody else come in and bug y'all a little while.
yeah, if anyone else jumps on, by all means, we're here to just kind of chill out and hang out. Otherwise, it's just going to be me here ranting for like 30 or 40 minutes. I can do that, but it's going to get boring pretty quick, I'm sure.
All right, man. I might come back and save you later if you get too desperate.
I'll probably get desperate, but we'll see what happens. All right, Joey. He's gone again. But I'm looking forward to next week. So in the chat anywhere too, what's your guys' favorite travel destination? Favorite vacation spot you've been to, or even dream location like that you guys would want to go to? It doesn't have to be international or fancy. It can be like, I want to go to West Virginia. I doubt that's anyone's dream location.
I'm pretty
Or-
sure somebody's-
Maybe, I guess. I don't know. I wouldn't think that would be a dream location by any means, but I guess for some people, maybe. Is he still just down there?
He's passed out.
Uh oh. We'll wake him up.
Oh, he's leaving there.
That's the cat. Sorry. He's gonna sleep all night, heavy. So, yeah, we're not. I got someone different in here. I like that. Japan, yeah. Oh, but you have to go back every August. That's a shame. Japan's on our list, but
Yeah, it is.
when we saw the ticket prices this last when did we
There
look?
was
Like-
one point that it was kind of like cheap, kind of, but we never find those prices.
Yeah, it was. We looked like 3 or 4 months ago trying to plan in advance, and we found one or dropped kind of in a decent range, and we never found it again. We were like, crap. And other than that, it was just ridiculous prices, and we were like, nah. We'll plan for like next summer or something like that when it's a little more reasonable. Because then we even looked at like Australia, and it was even more expensive. And I was like, damn it. Twisted. I can always depend on you. Jamaica nudist resort. I don't know about that. Jamaica. But a Jamaican nudist resort. I mean, you're in Florida. go to one of those your beaches there. I think you said you have nudist beaches over in the Fort Myers area, don't you? Or somewhere in that area? There's like one. I think he said, yeah, I think you said there was one over there, Twisted. So you don't have to go to Jamaica. Or just go to Miami, I guess.
Somewhere.
Jamaica. I didn't mean to click that one, actually. That was a mistake on my part. All right, so we have Japan and Jamaica. Probably mostly just Japan. Jamaica is just, I think, a joke. So, anywhere else people are going? Because, yeah, I mean, I don't know what's your favorite so far that either we've done or you've done. Because you've been other places too that I haven't. Same with I've been other places you haven't.
I mean, I just recently went to Jordan. To be honest, I was surprised how developed they are. I know it's not a first world. I think it's a second world, but it was more than I was expecting. To be honest.
Yeah, with Jordan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jordan. Just to make sure that came across. Jordan, the country is.
No,
Yeah.
the name.
Yeah. Right next to Israel. Yeah, he went. I couldn't go, but he went. Yeah, I still need to get those videos from you again.
Oh yeah.
I keep forgetting, and I think you forget, because he went and did some filming too while he was over there. But was that your favorite?
So far, I would say yes. Because I mean, we went to Ukraine, but you know.
Yeah, that's not happening right now. And Ukraine was, if it wasn't for Chernobyl, Ukraine would have been.
There are a
Just-
bunch of stuff that we could have seen, but we run out of time.
Yeah, but if it wasn't for Chernobyl, we were probably never going to go to Ukraine. So
Sure.
I don't know. I don't have a. It's hard to pick a favorite.
That's why I don't have a favorite.
Yeah, it's hard to pick a favorite because I've gone random places where there's good and there's bad.
Yeah.
Maybe we just maybe haven't found it yet. Maybe it will be Japan or Australia or something like that. Whenever we get over there, maybe it would actually be that.
I was checking prices for New Zealand. That's one of the
That was
spots.
even more expensive than Australia.
No, but I found one at some point was $700. So I was like,
Oh,
damn it.
oh,
Yeah. So
okay,
yeah,
that's good. That's good.
we never find that price again. So I was like, damn it, we should have
Yeah,
taken
everything after that was like 1,800 per person. Oh, you're gonna get pissed. China was nice. He's not liking you right now.
So yeah, back in 2019 November, I made plans to go to China for spring break 2020. I arranged everything. I got the hotel. I did the application to get my Chinese visa. It was really hard to get it. So I finally got my Chinese visa. Then COVID happened, so I didn't get to go to China. So I was like so pissed. I was like, really? And I was planning to go, even though with the pandemic, I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go. If I die, I die. But then they literally canceled all the flights. So I was like, oh, okay, all right. So I guess I'm not going.
Well, it's probably better because you might have gotten boarded up in some house by the government
Yeah,
over
I'm
there.
pretty sure.
Allegedly, YouTube. Allegedly. I'm not saying that ever happened. Relax.
Yeah, it's still my bucket list. So hopefully I can go.
But
Cause
your visa's still good though, too.
yeah, it's for 10 years.
Yeah, so I have to get a visa, but right now it's still.
No,
I think you can go, but it's
on April
really
this
expensive.
year they opened, without a lot of restrictions. So
But- Yeah, but still, it's still kind of expensive because I've done layovers in China, but I never went outside the airport.
Yeah.
I just stayed in the airport because I was like, I didn't want to deal with it. Plus, even with the time, they're like, you might not make it back. That's how long they say it could
Yeah.
take you to get it out. I was like, screw it. So I didn't bother because you can go out for like 12 hours.
I was checking some random blogger from Mexico. The guy was saying that it just got hard to just visit places in China because after COVID, they don't accept cash anymore. So it's just you pay everything through an app, like a QR code through an app.
Mm.
But as a tourist, you cannot get that app because you have to show an ID, like Chinese ID. And obviously, you don't have a Chinese ID. So it's really hard to pay for stuff. So he was like, yeah, now it's really hard to do stuff because nobody wants to accept cash. Not even the lady selling fruit in the corner. They're like, no, everything's through the app.
Interesting. I haven't looked into it that much. So I don't know about that. Or the bucket list, though, still North Korea. No matter what anyone says, go fuck yourselves. North Korea is on our bucket list.
Monday.
One day. That takes a lot of planning.
Same thing with Antarctica.
That one, yeah. Antarctica is definitely on my bucket list
Even though I hate the cold, but
for no reason at all. I just want to say I've been to Antarctica because you'll be one of the very few that can ever say that.
I mean, you had to visit all the continents.
Well, yeah, and you get a chance to go do all that, but North Korea, you have to plan. Well, I mean, like Antarctica, you should plan it like 7-8 months in advance, but North Korea, you have to do it like, what was it, like 9-10 months in advance?
Yeah.
Because cutoff for like, if we wanted to go in 2024, cutoff would be October this year to register.
Also, I want to go to Antarctica just to see the ice wall. You know, the divide.
Oh god, that's a whole different show.
Yeah, I know.
That's a whole different. But that's true. If we do go to Antarctica, we can then also come back and talk about flat Earth and disprove or prove that there is an ice wall. I wish we had time and availability to go find the pyramids, the alleged pyramids,
or the giant trees that they disappear randomly.
Oh yeah.
So,
But yeah, I'd like to definitely, that's on our bucket list, but those take so much time. Our mileage may vary.
Okay. That person said something else before. It says, I have one quick interview at English.
Oh.
Okay.
I got way through customs, yeah. And then it came back with your mileage may vary. I just didn't have it wrong to China. Yeah, like for me personally, when I've been in China, like in the transit, there was no issue at all, minus them taking your lighter, which I found bizarre. Because at least the first time you could smoke in the airport, but they still took your lighter. That was bizarre to me. That and the one time I tried to take a drink on the plane, and they're like, "This isn't the U.S., sir." And I'm like, "What?" It's like, I never said it was. So I was like, "That's besides the point." But yeah, it's too many damn places. But we have this one coming up, and yeah, then the summer trips, as well as we're still looking at what is it? Cuba, right? Maybe,
but I mean, right now the tickets are really cheap because it's the rainy season.
Well, also but it's also it's nonstop each way, so that was nice.
But it's a hurricane season. So
no, I know that, but I mean, it was cheap. But we're looking at Thanksgiving. You go to Cuba. I see it. I'm busy over here. I'm busy over here. I can't. I'm handling it all by myself over here. And he's like, hey, TF's here. I'm like, I know. I'm doing stuff. It's like, I know I'm doing stuff.
You damn slacker. Leaving me hanging out in the back room like that for more than 10 seconds, man. Jesus Christ.
Exactly. I was like, you haven't even been back there at all. I was on another tab too, so I was like,
But are you streaming this like multi-platform?
This is just going, well, it's here and I guess Twitter, going through Twitter, but just connected through it. This is the only place I really stream. I don't do anything crazy. But I invited a bunch of people, just see who's coming in, kind of hang out. We don't do this stuff very often, live streams. We might do one next week, the end of next week, maybe, depending on time, but I'm not set on it. We don't do live very often. So I was like, why not tonight? Talk about travel, talk about whatever anyone wants to. It's those late nights that we love so much. What's it?
Talking about anything.
Oh God.
No, leave him.
The cat, he's dead.
Yeah, there you go, Joey. See, Ben put that link in there. So
yeah,
if you need to know where to find those cool shirts, just click that link, Joey. I'm sure we know somebody that can help you out.
There's also some other sweet merch you can find from other creators on that site. Also, if you look up the tab at the top of that page, you can find some other sweet creators merch too. Because with that, the more you buy, the more you save. That was a sales pitch, wasn't it?
Right, exactly. A real good one too. So what are y'all talking about in here? I just got through eating. I saw you were live, so
Yeah, we did a late night eating too. So yeah, we're just here, just hanging out. But also, it's like just best travel destinations, dream destinations, upcoming stuff for yourself, ours, and then whatever we want to talk about. We're pretty. It's just kind of like one of your streams where we're just like here, but we're talking travel, upcoming travel, and then we were asking everyone, hey, what's your favorite travel destination you've been to or want to go to, like dream locations?
well, I went to Myrtle Beach once, and it was fun.
Myrtle Beach. Well, Myrtle Beach is better than West Virginia. That's not a dream location. There you go. Sam said West Virginia is someone's dream location. I was like, I don't think so.
You cannot deny that. Maybe.
Maybe. Well, maybe. Okay, there might be a few people.
Yeah, I've been to West Virginia. Yeah, it was exciting.
I've driven through it. Beautiful state. I haven't driven through it, so it's a
Yeah, I
nice.
stayed the night there once. You know, driving through.
Yeah, I just drove through it in one day, but yeah, it's a great state to drive through. I love the scenery.
So where's your favorite place you've been?
You said Jordan, right?
Yes.
That's what Sam said because that was where he just went the last time on his own. Well, with your buddy,
Yeah.
He went to Jordan. For me, I couldn't really decide a favorite spot because
Yeah, it's hard to do. You know, it's hard to pick a favorite.
It's good and it's bad. Like he was saying, "Oh, what about Ukraine?" I'm like, if it hadn't been for Chernobyl, we wouldn't have gone to Ukraine. Probably, like we probably would not have gone to Ukraine. I mean, so I don't. It's hard to say the best and I don't know. Yeah, I couldn't. I can't. I was like,
Hey,
maybe
these are your questions, man. I'm just.
maybe I haven't found it. I asked it too, and I thought about it. And I was like, yeah, maybe I just haven't found the favorite spot yet. Maybe it's coming up still.
Well, that's why I asked. I was kind of trying to think how I would answer that question. You know.
Yeah, it's hard to say. That's why I also left it up to dream destination where you like to go the most. And that's why we have already said we're like Antarctica.
Ooh,
Yeah.
you got to go see the
Ice wall.
The ice wall. You got to go see the ice wall. You know.
That's what he said. I was like, that's a whole different show. That's a whole different
Just
show.
to be like, oh yeah, I don't see any ice balls. I don't know what you're talking about.
Just prove it. Shoot the drone up and be like, they'll just be like, it's a reflection. The what was the other one?
New Zealand. I want to go there.
Well, that yeah. Well, we have Japan.
Yeah.
We still have obviously China too, North Korea.
Yeah.
They're endless places. So the Antarctica is probably like the weirdest, so to say, destination that you could do because how many other people are going to say, "I've been to Antarctica"?
Yeah, we've only been to Tokyo as far as Japan, but it's expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Our big thing was the flights this last time. But staying there, yeah, is expensive enough, but the flights were ridiculous. And we were like, we'll wait and hope that prices go down.
I think the most expensive country I've been with it was Iceland. Everything was expensive.
Well, I can see that because it's a tiny country, it's an island, so
And-
everything has to be imported.
And I just happened to visit the country. We were supposed to have a 4-hour layover, but it was a storm, so we had to stay there for a while.
I mean, Japan's on our bucket list, but that's just because we want to go to Suicide Forest.
You want to go?
Yeah. So I was like,
I'm with Sam on that one. I'm like, fuck that. I ain't going to that weird ass place out there.
I'm willing to go, but I'm not willing to stay at night. Maybe just explore with him for a few hours and then be like on my way to the hotel.
no, now he's abandoning me. I'm renting the car, so you can't leave in the middle of the night.
Pulling Uber or something.
He'll leave you with about a 12-foot rope.
I already did encourage. So,
Okay, well, thinking of way to notify me ahead of time that now you're going to abandon me in the Suicide Forest by
yes.
myself
yes.
in the middle of the night, just like you did in the catacombs a couple times in Paris. Speaking of Paris, yeah. Paris is fun, but we don't need to go to Paris to sightsee anymore. It's too busy, it's expensive, and
and dealing with rude people.
Yeah. The nicest people we found were in the catacombs. Like 5 people we ran into down in the catacombs. Those are the nicest people in Paris.
Yeah, there's so many places I want to go, but we'll see which one happens first.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's like every time we're like, hey, where do we want to go? We have like 5, 6 places in mind, and then we just start searching flight prices. And we're like,
Yeah.
what's the cheapest we can find?
Right.
I
Find
haven't
out
been
which one to go.
Southeast Asia yet. Technically, I was in Jordan, Israel, so that's Asia. Technically,
Well, yeah, I've been like in Kazakhstan.
Yeah,
Technically,
so-
that's Asia.
but I haven't.
And
really
I've been in
on
the
the other side.
Philippines, but I haven't been in like Cambodia and stuff like, or Indonesia or anything like that, like TF has. I'd like to go to like, Cambodia and stuff. We still have that on our list, but we just
The
haven't gotten
Angkor
over
Wat
there yet.
temple, one of my bucket lists.
Yeah, one good thing about Indonesia is it's so cheap. You can travel, and it's just so cheap to travel there.
Yeah, it's that's the one thing is a lot of the countries too is especially if you get cheap airfare, then you can get everything really cheap too in certain places. So that's really nice. But that's why if you go to a lot of places like we expect Japan or like Paris, if you can't find a cheap flight, then you start spending a lot of money on top of that, and it's like, ah, crap, it adds up really fast.
Yeah, let me look right now. We've actually been looking at the flights to Indonesia, so.
They're
But we
probably-
still can't technically go.
yeah, but they're probably still about 1,400 a person.
I
Or
don't know.
not.
Let's check Bali. We were
They
looking.
probably-
What's that?
Oh, per ticket to go to Indonesia, like to go to Bali, probably like 1,900 probably.
I don't know. Let's look. It changes. Let's just look it up for these dates right here in September. But see, we still, the reason we haven't been able to do anything is because, if we go to Asia, we're going to Indonesia because we got to go see my wife's family. And we still can't travel in Indonesia.
Well, yeah, that's obviously a huge obstacle to travel, but then also the prices too, and that's the hardest part of certain places because some places are just expensive. Like we looked this last one for next week when we were traveling, we looked at like Australia, Japan, and then he was talking New Zealand. I'm like, we saw the ticket price and we're like, yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah, everything was expensive.
Like almost 2,000 per ticket, and I was like, wow, I was like, holy crap.
I mean, the
Right,
cheapest
that's
I
ridiculous.
found was in Cuba, Ecuador, and we were like, I'm not sure about that.
Monster, you didn't show up for the catacombs, so we didn't leave you. Technically, you just never showed up to go with us, so it's actually kind of your fault. Because like next week we settled on 2 places, not settled, but we chose 2 places for next week, one or the other. Both were pretty good prices, both of them. But we got our tickets for like basically like 400 total for both of us, round trip, nonstop.
Pretty much.
We were like, done. Couldn't turn that down. So it was like,
Yeah, I'm like looking at ticket prices right now.
and that's the shitty thing about travel too, because a lot of people don't travel a lot too. You have to take time and like adjust it by like a day or 2 here and there, or extend a day or shorten a day, and prices can change dramatically. And it's just amazing.
I'm seeing about $1,200 round trip.
1,200. That's not too bad. To Bali,
Yeah, and that's round trip to Bali, but it depended on what days, different days of flying, and but some of them are 1,500, but the cheapest 12 something.
now is that with a shitty layover though?
Oh yeah, but I've actually gotten to where I don't mind the shitty layover.
You getting out of here? All right.
I just checked the monster.
All right, you guys check the little one, the little guy over here who's already dead on the floor. Yeah, he'll get his camera time. All right.
And actually, though, that's not too bad of a layover. It's only a 31-hour flight total.
Well, what's the layover for how long?
You got two like 2.5 hours in San Francisco, and then
Okay.
and see, this is where I don't know if I'd go because it's putting us back in China.
Yeah, I don't know if I would do a layover in China right now. I mean, just to be
No.
honest, I probably want to avoid that.
So for 1500, here's a 25-hour flight that and it's only an hour layover in Doha. But see, I don't like an hour layover. I'll take a 12-hour layover if it's in a cool place, you know, and then you could, you know, leave and go and check it out and do something and stretch your legs, you know, move around, do something rather than just sit, you know. And I don't
Yeah,
like to be rushed.
If you can get out and do something, yeah. But if you can't, like, I definitely don't want an hour because I mean, what if the flight's delayed literally like 30 minutes? Then you're screwed.
But you know what really sucks is when you land in some place like that and it's only an hour layover and then you're running trying to, you know, figure out where the hell to go and you're in some weird country and you don't speak the language or something, you know, and you can't figure out and you're rushing around. It's stressful. It's like, I'd
Yeah.
rather have the time.
But in international flights, so anyways, an hour is barely time to do transfer if you have to go through that
Exactly.
immigration check. Just getting off the plane can take 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
Right.
So it's like you need at least like 3 hours. That way, yeah, you can stretch out, kind of relax, chill. But
Yeah. So we're waiting to find out, you know, when we can go. So that kind of depends on everything. We might be going to down like to Savannah and Tybee Island here in a few weeks or something like that.
Hmm.
Just for something to do, you know, while we kill time and wait.
yeah, I feel you. I mean, that's why, like, yeah, next Monday night we will not be here. We will be way down south of the border. So, you know,
Where are you going again? In Guatemala or
we might do a day trip to Guatemala. We'll be in El Salvador.
El Salvador? That's right.
We might do a day trip to Guatemala, though. Might, if we get the opportunity and the time, because we're gonna rent a car and just do everything ourselves. Because we looked at
LW, like, look at LW's comment. I'd like to know what that channel is because that would be interesting. Because I've thought about doing videos like that when we go, like what to do on a layover, you know.
oh yeah, I mean, I bet that gets a lot too. I mean, because people just do, you know, like airport walkthroughs. That's all they'll do is like look at airports. And I'm like,
Right.
wait, because it's interesting because a lot of people, I mean, I Google about airports sometimes, like, how do I get from this to that? Sometimes just to look ahead of time, especially international ones, because you don't know a lot of international, everyone's different, especially.
Well, I know like Doha was doing it, and who was the other one was doing it? Oh shit, Istanbul was doing it too. But I know Doha had a really good deal to where if you would take a longer layover, like 14-hour, 15-hour, they would actually like give you like a free tour of the city or a hotel or a, you know, just to get you out into the city to spend money. So they were like, you know, offering that, and that was right before the plague. But you know,
Yeah.
I don't know what it is now. But that's kind of what we were wanting to do. We were wanting to go and, you know, go to Doha or go to Istanbul and, you know, just get a 16-hour layover or something and be able
Yeah.
to go out and explore and, you know, take the free hotel and just go and do something, you know.
Yeah, I haven't been to Doha. Istanbul, we did a night layover there. And the taxi guy definitely tried to like totally cheat you out on like, hey, charging you extra tolls and stuff like double time. And we're like, that doesn't seem right.
Right.
I totally tried to rip us off. Then we were like, hey, we're going to this hotel. We made reservations already. We're going here. He literally tried to drop us off at some other hotel. I'm like, this isn't the hotel we're going to. And he's
Hey,
like,
do you have that weird Bluetooth thing on again, Ben?
no, I do not. At least I shouldn't. It should. I didn't turn it back on. Let me double check. Here. Let me mute for a second.
I'm still getting that weird ass sound coming back.
It ain't me, is it?
No, it was like that before. before you got here. What's going on, Joey? What you up to, man?
Nothing. So you're going to Guatemala in July?
Who? Ben?
Ben.
I'm sorry, I'm checking this.
El Salvador.
Yeah, I'm going to El
Oh,
Salvador.
El Salvador.
We might do a day trip to Guatemala, though.
Oh.
And no, my Bluetooth stuff is not connected.
Well, that's better than going to the Everglades in July. That would be a big mistake, I believe.
Yeah, it can be a little warm there too.
Well,
I don't know what the echo is or what we're getting because I don't have it connected, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Guatemala and El Salvador aren't that bad, though. Not near as bad as South Florida.
It's the rainy season right now, so it is it's going to be hit and miss, especially with some of the trips we're trying to do, day trips and stuff, to see some places. It's going to be interesting, especially if we're trying to fly the drone, because it's going to be like windy, rainy, so it's going to be kind of like maybe not the greatest weather for it, but
maybe you're not ought to do that on his maiden voyage.
we'll see. I mean, you can't do anything about weather. I mean, you got to go when you can go, and weather is what it is. I mean,
yeah,
I can't change the weather.
So, Joey, when you got any updates on going to Thailand or what?
Nah, it's going to be the first of the year at least.
I got you.
And there's nothing we can do. Then on top of that, poor Yvette, man, she got diagnosed with sugar yesterday. She got sugar diabetes now. I'm like, oh Lord.
Oh man, that sucks.
You can get her out of this country so they don't get her diagnosed with something else.
I don't know if Thailand's going to solve that.
Sure, they will.
Now you think about it. Now listen to me seriously. All right, he's in West Virginia where there's absolutely nothing to do. There's not an amusement park. There's not even hardly any parks. Okay, there's nothing to do. Literally. All right, take her to Thailand where there's tropical paradise and beaches and white sand beaches, black sand beaches. Everything, and she's fully relaxed. You don't think her health would improve? Of course it would.
Well, I'm sure at least the scenery would be more enjoyable, probably too. Because also you showed me where you were going to go, and I'm like, yeah, that looks nice. That looks relaxing.
Yeah.
No, TF likes stuff like places like that.
Yeah.
So TF, what's your next trip? Besides the softball game.
Yeah, we might go down, go hang out in Savannah and Tybee Island for a few days, but other than that, we're just still waiting on being able to go to Asia.
Yeah.
We have to.
That's some good ticket prices you just showed. So I'm like, damn, that sucks too.
I mean, and actually, that's expensive. I mean, I remember going for $700, $800, and so it's actually quite a bit more expensive than it used to be. But now, see, here's a really good one. And it's $1,500, but it gives you a 23-hour and 35-minute layover in Doha. So, I mean, that's enough time. You could get off the plane. You could go explore. You could get a hotel. You could sleep. You could wake up, get back on the plane, and go,
Well, what I figured out is, so when I was looking for flights to Thailand, from Pittsburgh to Thailand was $1,500, but from New York to Thailand was only $750. Mm-hmm. So I thought, okay, how much is it to fly from Pittsburgh to New York? So Pittsburgh to New York was $110 or something like that. So you could fly for $800 instead of $1,500.
Right. A lot of times, if you look at LA as well, you can find the flights to Thailand for like $620 to Thailand from LA. And if you have like miles on your card or like points or whatever, you can fly for free from wherever you are to LA.
Right. And sometimes you can find like a layover in Bangkok, right? So if you can find you might be able to find a cheaper flight taking you to another country that has a layover in Bangkok, and that's where you want to go. Just get off the plane there and just go. You're there. Y'all ever done that?
I mean, you might have an issue with getting your luggage.
Well, that would be the only thing. I mean, you don't want your luggage. You gotta have not want your luggage. Like if I travel, when I go to Thailand, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not taking anything but a backpack with my laptop in it and the clothes I've got on my back. Those clothes are so cheap there. Why carry luggage across the world? Just go ahead and just get the clothes there. Buy a whole wardrobe for $30.
Joey's gonna be walking around with all those shirts with like misspelled words on them and stuff, weird little phrases, you know.
Yeah.
Life is beach.
Yeah. That would be funny.
Joey won't give a shit.
I won't, man, because I'm going over to relax. I'm not going over to care what anybody else thinks about me.
Well, that's the whole point too, especially for you because that's a relocating. But yeah, and Thailand's on the list. Just haven't gotten that chance to get over there.
Yeah, it's definitely a fun place, and we've been there twice. I mean, we've always had fun in Thailand. A lot of cool places to go, a lot of stuff to see.
It's almost like, oh, where do you want to go next? Like, it's just like trying to pick your favorite spot. It's so hard to pick. That's why I said we just surf like 7 or 8 places and go, what's the cheapest right now that we can get to?
Right.
From there, because it's hard just to pick one or prioritize even.
And like I wonder there, like, looking at those same dates, I wonder what flying to, like, say, Thailand is. Let's see
Now,
what flying to Bangkok.
What site are you using?
Orbitz.
You just do Orbit.
Yeah.
See, I'll do the Orbitz / Priceline, which is basically kind of
It's the same thing. They're owned by the Expedia. It's owned by Expedia.
So other than that, we use just fly.
Right.
Justfly.com. And that one tends to be one of the best. It shows you like the cheapest and the most options. A lot of them are really shitty options, but at least you see them.
Yeah, see, it's the same. It's $1,379 to Thailand.
I flew to Waco, Texas one time, and I can't remember where I flew into to start with. I can't remember if it was Houston, Dallas, or San Antonio. But then they put me into like this Cracker Jacks box to fly me to Waco, and I was like, this plane's probably not going to make the trip. It was so bad. It was rattly, junky, and we're flying in, and the captain, he's like, prepare for landing. We'll be landing soon. And he just all of a sudden started doing a nosedive. The plane got hit with some wind, and I was like, this thing's gonna break apart. That's it. It's over. It's done. And he got back control of it. When we landed, I wanted to kiss the ground. I was so happy to be off that plane.
That sounds like the plane I took from Luanda, Angola to Cabinda, Angola. So you have to fly because the land mass in that country is separated by the Congo because of all the civil wars that split it. They have to fly around the coastline to not violate the Congo's airspace. And it's literally like just a prop plane, like a 12-person seater, no AC, no nothing.
That's how this works.
And humidity, and you're sitting there over the ocean, and it's literally just like,
yeah,
for like the 30-minute flight, and I'm like, kill me, just kill me. That are taking off in the one rescue plane, 2-prop plane in Alaska in the Arctic, just to get the hell out of there. The first time I was there, and I had to take it on this like third-party company to get back to Fairbanks, and we weren't even supposed to fly with this company because their record is so bad because they're a rescue company, so they have a lot of accidents because of rescues. That one was an interesting little flight.
Oh man.
I'm jealous. TF has a drink. Now I got to run and grab one.
Uh oh.
Don't nose the stream while I'm gone for like literally like 30 seconds.
Yep. Get ready. We're gonna Edward you while you're gone.
Yeah, Edward, you while you're gone.
I've got my spit roast video getting ready to come up on here while you walk away.
I'm gonna come back and it's gonna be like stream halted. And be like, what happened? Like it took that long to literally just kill the entire channel. Like, way to go, guys. Way to go.
I'm sitting
Joey,
there drinking Gatorade.
did you figure out, Joey, what like as far as where you're wanting to go in Thailand yet? Or are you still trying to decide?
Yeah, well, I've been looking a lot too at Bang Saray. And but I'm really thinking John Tien, which is outside of Pattaya, John Tien, or Bang Saray, which is just right from there. I know I don't want to be. I want to be in North Pattaya. I don't want to be in South Pattaya. I don't want to be in Central. I want to be in North Pattaya, because that's where a lot of the expats are and stuff. So I'd rather be up there with them. And then there's quite a few of them over in Bang Saray as well. So
Where is it that Maui is?
my gosh, I about said Ho Chi Minh City, wrong country.
Yeah, not there.
Gosh, where is he? I can't remember.
Yeah, I always forget where he says he is.
Yeah, I can't remember where he says he is either. It's not far from Batty. It's like a 2.5 hour drive, I think. Or you can get like a little jumper flight there for probably $30 and be there in no time.
Right.
But yeah, but so there's a YouTube channel called Good Vibes Pattaya, and he does a pretty good job. Well, he lived in Pattaya for like 6-8 months, and now he's moved to Bang Saray. And I kind of like Bang Saray. I mean, it's really nice, and it's got night markets as well, and it's got some nice condos on the beach. So, and actually a little bit cheaper, but not a little bit, a lot cheaper than Pattaya, and even cheaper than John Tien Beach.
Okay.
So that's why I'm looking at Bang Saray. Like for instance, a condo rental in Bang Saray, you can get a 1-bedroom condo, and it's actually even bigger than a 1-bedroom condo in Pattaya. You can get it for about $289 a month, but up in Pattaya it'd be about $350 or $400 a month. That's on the beach. That's on the beach.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's what's amazing, I wouldn't mind buying a condo there, to be honest. I mean, you can get a decent condo for about 100,000 American dollars. Actually, you can get a decent one, a 1-bedroom, for about 60,000 American dollars on the beach.
Right, exactly. With everything,
Yeah,
that probably comes with everything included.
yeah, it does. It's fully furnished and everything. That's about everything over there. When you rent over there, it's mostly furnished.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Yeah.
The stream is still going, so that's a plus. Good job. Dave.
Yeah, we didn't do you dirty.
Good job.
Not this time. We decided to surprise you and wait till you really trust us to go away for like 15 minutes, and we're going to do it the whole time you're gone.
Right. We're just baiting you, getting you ready.
Don't do that. My other channel, the separate one, not the other one, but my private one.
I can't wait till we go back on there, because we got to talk about the Penn State professor. But anyway, I digress.
Yeah, I told you save that one. Save that one.
That's for sure.
That's your news story for the
Yeah.
week. So what are you guys talking about?
Well, I'm getting ready to go to bed. So y'all have a good night.
All right, Joey.
All right. Love you guys and everybody in the chat. Love y'all. See you later.
Love you too, bro. Have a good one.
Thanks, Joey. So what you got? Anything special, TF? I mean, I know you got a bunch of stuff coming up yourself, though.
I mean, not really, man. Not really.
No?
You had me just sitting here looking at flights now, like looking at different stuff. Yeah, see, I just found right now, like if you wanted to, like, say we were trying to get to where we're trying to go in Indonesia, it would be like, around $1,500. But it looks like if we flew to Malaysia first and then jumped a flight from Malaysia to there, booking it through like Traveloka or something like that, it would only be about let's see. Oh shoot, there's one for so like here's a flight from Kuala Lumpur to Surabaya, Indonesia, and it's 421,000 rupiah, which is about $35.
Okay. Yeah. Cheap. Cheap.
It's like $980 to fly to Kuala Lumpur from Atlanta. So that's about $1,000. So there's a $500 saving right there. Just by doing it that way, you're saving $500.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I like this last for the trip next week. That's it. We got it nonstop round trip, like almost just over 400 for both of them. And we were like, can't pass that up because we were looking at I think you have to go to Peru, which I'm glad we didn't because Peru has apparently a fever outbreak going on right now or something like that. It's some sort of like fever disease that's going on or something like that. They called it like a fever pandemic of like 80,000 cases and people dying from it. And I'm like, well, I'm glad we didn't go there, but we wanted to go to Easter Island. Well, the flights to Peru were like $300 a person round trip nonstop. I'm like, okay, that's not bad. To go to Easter Island, it's like $600 per person. Fly to Easter Island. I was like, what?
Really?
Yeah. I was like, how is it more expensive? Because everything in Easter Island has to be imported and taken. So like fuel reserve over there, and also it's just probably because it's Easter Island. They probably just tax the hell out of that flight.
Oh yeah, sure.
Because you're also just going to go for like 2 days. You're not going to stay there for more than like a couple of days. So
no, I mean, after a day and a half, probably have seen about enough of it.
Yeah, like, hey, there's a giant head. There's another one.
Mm-hmm. Take your shovel and start digging down.
Yeah, I don't think that would go over very well.
Rent a backhoe. Beep, beep, beep. They're digging it up.
Well, I know they tried to do that before, and they said it's not just the head. There's actually the full body, isn't it? Each one's like a full statue.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they did with their heads.
Yeah, they just never have done it because they're like, they've done it to a couple, but they haven't done it to all of them because they're like, we don't want to disturb the land and whatever. Yeah, that wouldn't go over too well. I'm sure that would.
I'd dig them up.
That would land you a hefty fine and jail. I don't think they have a jail on Easter Island, but I'm sure you'd end up improving jail, and I don't think that'd be very fun.
No, I don't. I've watched Locked Up Abroad way too many times. I don't want to end up in some nasty ass jail.
I mean, if you're lucky,
it drives me crazy. I start looking at these flights and stuff. I'm like, damn, I want to go. I want to go. I want to go.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I mean, you think again, we're going to go El Salvador. 3-4 years ago, would I have ever told you I would go to El Salvador? Hell no.
Right. I mean, I'd go. There's not many places I wouldn't go, but
years ago, though, it was just like crazy violent, and stuff. But now that they have their whole new government, and president regime in there, where he's like a no nonsense on crime type of guy. He's like, this isn't happening. Now it's like, oh, okay. Now it seems like amazingly like, okay, you can just go.
Yeah, so that's pretty interesting. Like the thing I just found. So for right at about $1,100, well, about $1,200 round trip, I guess total, $1,150, something like that. You could fly to Malaysia and then fly to Indonesia and then fly back to Malaysia, then fly back to Atlanta, which isn't bad.
For a little over 1,000 a person, basically.
Exactly. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not too bad. Because again, when we were looking like Japan or Australia was even worse. I mean, it was like, holy shit.
Well, and like, I mean, I've told people many times, that's what we do is we find the cheapest place to fly to in Asia and then go there. And then we'll stay there for a few days and then fly to, where we need to go. Or, if there's a cheaper flight from this country to this country, we'll do that and then jump from that country to, and just spend a day or two, explore, go do something and hang out and go and end up where we're at.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Australia's always been kind of expensive to fly to. And that's why we were just going to go for like, 7-8 days. Plenty to see in Australia for 7-8 days. But
well, how much was a flight to Australia?
It's about, when we were looking, we adjusted because we were looking at this time frame. That was why we had this time frame set. We were adjusting a few days. It was, I want to say it was around 1,900 a person. It was like, holy shit,
Right. That's expensive.
Now, could it have dropped now because maybe last second? Yes, but you can't just rely on waiting for those. So, because we did see Japan even drop for a while, and we almost took it, and then we waited and we couldn't find them again because it changed, and I was like, shit.
Yeah, and I'm searching flights for September right now.
Yeah, we were doing obviously for June, but we were doing it like 3 or 4 months ago, even trying to do it in advance and waiting, and it'll fluctuate a little bit, but yeah, we were like,
where in Australia we wanting to go?
well, we looked at, we tried flying either Melbourne or Sydney. One was a lot more expensive than the other, surprisingly.
I wonder which one was cheaper.
We tried both. We were open to either, we didn't, because we were like, we'll go drive around the coast, and shit.
I just wonder how much it costs to fly from. Yeah, so if you flew from Bali to Sydney, it's going to cost you about $200 round trip.
Well, and again, but now you're looking at September, so now you're off season. So say we were in the summertime because we're in June, June to July. So that's also partially why you're seeing this drop in the flight prices too. That's a big difference, That's it. Summertime is
no, it is a little bit more than that, but
the summertime
anyway.
Everything a little more expensive. That's the biggest thing. That's why we try to fly off season as much as we can or schedule way in advance. But not everything always works out that way. So you got to do what you can. But I think we've hit the limit tonight. It's late. It looks like a lot of people have dropped out, but it's late. I mean, it's a Monday night. What do you expect? It's the work week. This will just kind of come on, talk about some travel. We got some insight into Travel Fool's airfare searches and how he likes to do things. So that's always knowledgeable.
The wacky flight searches.
The wacky flight. You can
Well, I mean, they will rip you off. I mean, if you book like a total flight, everything that you want to do from here, it's an absolute rip off. I mean, you'll spend $1,000 more.
Yeah, that's why, like I said, when we're going next week, we found, okay, here's what the price of a rental car is. Well, Sam knows people, so we'll probably get it half price from them, if even that much. We looked at some 3 or 4 of the tour stuff we wanted to do. We looked at the price and we're like, we'll just do it ourselves. Why would we pay that price?
Right.
We can do it for a quarter of the price total. So we'll do it that way. But yeah, you have to look around and see. Monsters like, I'm still here.
Yeah, I saw them comment earlier. You know them, I guess, like personally.
Yeah, we met. We met. And we talked. I haven't
That's
talked
cool.
in a while. We haven't talked in a while, Monster. I know you've been busy, especially your season's coming up, so you're probably full swing right now. He's a fall is his time, especially Halloween. So that's his time. So he's probably in full swing working right now.
I got you. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, I've never gone to that video that we did, Monster. That little explore we did. I've never gone to that video. I still have it. It's just I've never gone to it. I have a bunch of videos I still need to get to. That's the problem. They start stacking up.
Me too. I've got like hours and hours and hours and hours of footage. It's overwhelming sometimes. It's like, oh my God, what are you going to do?
Yeah, well, then you start getting more and more, and then you forget about some of them.
Mm-hmm.
They'll get tucked away. Like I have folders by like states or countries or locations or whatever trips that we went on, and then by certain things or whatever. And then sometimes you'll have like another folder and you just forget it's there. And later I'll go in, I'll be like, oh shit, I forgot about this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got a bunch of those.
Damn it.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you wrap it up. That was fun.
No, and that's it. That's all it was. It was just a late night. Talk about some travel stuff, upcoming stuff, anything we can. Why not? Something different. I don't do this often. We might do this for anyone watching for our channel here, Exploring with Ben and Sam. We might do a live stream coming up, not this Friday, potentially the next Friday. So that would be the 30th or July 1st. We will not be in country, but we'll do it from there. I think we're in the same time zone, so it won't be that big of a deal. So we'll let you guys know in advance, as well as, of course, we'll be having new videos come out. Should have 1 or 2 more this week, as well as another one next week, plus at least the live stream. You know, got to schedule stuff in advance as best as I can, because while we're over there, I'm not going to be focusing on editing. We're going to be filming.
Right.
So we'll deal with that as it comes. But so if you haven't, of course, hit subscribe, hit that bell, of course, is very important so you see it, because YouTube hates to notify people of things. They still don't notify me that half the people I'm subscribed to go live.
Yeah, I hate that. Like, it didn't give me a notification for you. If you hadn't sent me that, message earlier that you were going to go live, I would have never seen it.
Yeah, it's been doing that a lot lately. Yeah,
and I've got your bell turned on. I just went and double checked just now. I was like, and it's on. So I don't.
Yeah, it's annoying. YouTube does that a lot. But yeah, appreciate everyone who stopped by. So go ahead and hit the subscribe, check out the channel. You're going to find something you like, and hopefully we'll bring you better stuff because of some upgrades we've made. So you guys be safe. Have a good week. Joey, thank you for coming in too. I know he's asleep. Everyone in the chat. And of course, TF, thank you for coming in and sharing your wisdom and knowledge of your travel experience and travel tips.
Oh, yeah. All right, guys. We'll see y'all later.
Right.
I'll hang out for a second. I want to go over something with you real quick. So,
all right. Everyone, have a good night.